Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy 4th of July. Hope everybody is enjoying their holiday so far. And welcome back to Headbanger's Closet. Severe thunderstorms here where I live in Georgia, and basically means no outside stuff. So, gonna wait till it passes before I go out to the pool and start grilling out. And but I figured, you know what? While it's raining, why not talk about heavy metal? I'd rather be doing that anyway, right? So, this video, I want to talk about the latest album from Frozen Soul. Texas's own Frozen Soul. The album's called Glacial Domination. Came out a few weeks ago now. I think I've had it. So basically, I think I've had it maybe like a week, maybe a little less than a week. But it's been out, I think, maybe 2 or 3 weeks at the moment. These guys came through Atlanta in April with Black Dahlia Murder, and I wasn't able to go. And they're going to Europe, I think, for late summer, early fall. So really hoping sometime this coming up winter that they return to the United States. I can check them out and hear the songs off this album because it's phenomenal. Second full-length album. The first one, which was first full-length, rather, was Crypt of Ice. This came out a couple years ago. Came out, I think, maybe 2020, 2019, I don't really remember, but I did do a video talking about it. It's on really cool blue right here, fitting for the band's name, album cover, album title, and a lot of the songs that they sing are titled things that, shit that's cold, right? One thing I thought was really, really cool, following them on Instagram, and when that ice storm hit Texas, 2 years ago now, they went out and did a photo shoot in the streets. I think it was maybe Dallas where they're from, or maybe Houston. I don't know which city in Texas, but maybe Austin. Anyway, long story slightly shorter, they went out and did a photo shoot in the snow and ice, which I thought was really, really cool. Frozen Soul in the frozen tundra, which was Texas, when they had that big ice storm. But anyway, getting back to this one, I really liked Crypt of Ice, but it was lacking to me in a few departments, mainly the guitars. I mean, it was a really solid, awesome death metal album, great full-length debut, great American death metal. But this one is just like, they just took 2 to 3 strides forward with this particular record. I was listening to a podcast not too long ago, maybe like the week of the album's release, when they were talking about once this album is out, every death metal fan on the planet is going to know who Frozen Soul is. And I completely agree. I mean, the whole thing's awesome. Not a skippable track on the record. They had a couple of songs on Spotify as like singles, and those are great tunes, but I think some of the songs that weren't released early are some of the better songs on the record. One of those is Invisible Tormentor, which kicks off the album. Then you got Arsenal of War, which is probably my favorite song on the record. You got Death and Glory, Morbid Effigy, which was another single they released. Annihilation, which is great. Glacial Domination, yet another single that they released. Awesome tune. Flip it over to side B, you got Frozen Soul, Assimilator, Best Served Cold, Abominable, and Atomic Winter. And I would have to say, other than Arsenal of War and maybe Glacial Domination, Assimilator and Abominable are probably the 2 other best songs on the record. A lot of them are really great. I throw Invisible Tormentor up there as well. But side B, in my opinion, is the better side on this album. Just for me, my personal opinion. These guys really got me back into death metal when Crypt of Ice came out. I was listening to a lot, listening to some other death metal bands like Creeping Death at the time, and just really getting back into American death metal. And like I said, I dug Crypt of Ice, but there were some things lacking, in my opinion, on that one, and nothing's lacking out of this one. I mean, just awesome, awesome, awesome. Like I said, multiple strides forward on this. You can really see the progression of the band with their playing and their songwriting structure. Vocals were right there on Crypt of Ice, and they are there on Glacial Domination as well. Just a really cool vocal delivery, which in my opinion is a little different than a lot of the death metal stuff going on today. It's not like, it's a growl, but it's not like growling at you. It's almost like he's like snarling and like spitting venom kind of at the listener, which I think is really cool. You can kind of understand every lyric in pretty much every song. Just really cool stuff. And as far as the record goes, for vinyl, depending on where you bought the album, there were just different variants available. I was able to pick this one up off the band's website. Nothing, no crazy frills. Just an insert with the lyrics and a cool, Frozen Soul kind of logo thing there. And there's the picture of the band. And I'm not like super familiar with the band, so I do not know, which guys play what in vocals. But I know that's this dude right here is the vocalist. I do know that, and the young lady's the bass player. Really cool really cool Instagram channel. They do a lot of like joking on their Instagram channel, which I think is really cool. But you know, I bought the album on the band's website as a pre-order, and they shipped it to me. And I think it actually came like a few days after the album was officially released. But I've been listening to it on Spotify, you know, all the way through until I got the record. So here it is right here. This is like a clear and blood swirl. The actual picture on the website, it was more of like a white and blood swirl, but I think this is really cool with the clear aspect of it. You don't really see that too often. You know, everybody puts out red vinyl, but you don't really see too much clear and red swirl. So I really dig it. I like the label. So really cool, you know, addition, you know, colored variant that they were able to put out on their website. And yeah, I dig the album. You know, can't talk about it enough. I think it's easily in the top 5 of my albums of the year so far, and I know a lot of death metal fans feel the same way. I've been kind of talking about the album with some people online on Twitter and Instagram, and like I mentioned, that podcast I was listening to the week of the album was released. This thing is going to be a top 5 death metal albums for everybody, and for me, you know, it's definitely going to be in my top 5 albums of the year. So we'll be looking forward to doing that video when the year is about to conclude. So anyway, Frozen Soul, Glacial Domination, huge step forward for the band in my opinion. Just absolutely flawless record. Can't talk about it enough. Check it out for yourselves and let me know what you think. And hope everybody has a great 4th of July, and appreciate everybody checking out the channel. We'll have another video for you guys very soon. Got a couple more editions of Lost Classics of the 90s, which they may or may not be classics to some people, but we'll have those up for you guys very soon. So appreciate it, and we'll talk to you later. Cheers.